sellers end up having to drop their price to stay competitive with the builder. And boom, the good deal the Thompsons thought they were getting, suddenly they're stuck in that neighborhood for 4 to 5 years, just waiting for the market to catch up so they can sell for a profit. Because you remember, the seller has to pay deed stamps, the seller does have to do the real estate fees. So, I mean, you really start to look at those things and you kind of go, okay, well, I'm going to have to charge or get this much from the home sale in order to either break even or break a little bit of a profit. But let's say, for argument's sake, that the Thompsons didn't want to move in a few years. Let's say they were totally fine staying in that house long term. Even then, this wasn't the deal they thought it was, because once we dug into the numbers, it turned out this affordable neighborhood was actually way more expensive in the long run. And not just because of the house price, but because of the fees. So here's what the Facebook group didn't mention. The HOA fees. This place had some of the highest HOA fees in Somerville. Did it include lawn care? No. Why? Why is it so expensive? Now let's talk about flood zones. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Great. This neighborhood had homes built on lower land, which meant higher flood insurance costs. Something the builder wasn't advertising in those fancy brochures, right? So I sat down and with the Thompsons and we kind of talked through a lot of things. I said, look, I know this is a great deal on paper, but let's take a step back and really evaluate what you're getting and your lifestyle. And then I showed them another neighborhood, one they hadn't even considered. They looked at it because they had seen it on my YouTube channel, but they were like, don't know if that's what we want or the direction. And I'll be honest, at the time, there probably wasn't something that fit their style, but now some new builders have opened up in this neighborhood. And so I also talked to them about the lower overall cost, no neighborhood district, no hidden neighborhood district improvement tax, a much lower HOA than they were going to be paying in the other neighborhood. And it was in Berkeley County, which was lower property taxes. It's about what's making the right move for you in your future. And the Thompsons, they're now in a neighborhood that actually fits their lifestyle and they're saving money. They're not going to be stuck for years waiting to turn a profit. They're in a home that makes sense for their family in a part of Somerville that's going to hold its value long term. And all it took was one call, one conversation, and a little bit of perspective with myself. So if you're thinking about moving to Somerville and you don't want to fall into the Facebook hype trap, then let's talk.